Hey, this is Paul on Channel 13, 6 o'clock news. They are finally addressing the earthquake situation. After ignoring a 4.5 yesterday and earthquakes all over the place, they are talking earthquakes. I don't know if this will appear in tomorrow's headlines, so let's hear what they have to say about this new seismic shift.
Earthquake has jolted the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. It's a magnitude 6.9 quake. It was felt in the community of Attic. Now that's more than 1,000 miles west of Anchorage. No reports of any injuries and no tsunami warning. But it leads us into this story. A one-of-a-kind earthquake earlier this year has now triggered a seismic shift in scientists' understanding of just exactly how the Earth moves. Let's go to Netta Iranpour. She's at Touchscreen 13 with some of the latest research they're looking at, Netta.
That's right, Sam. What this means is an earthquake on one side of the globe could easily trigger any of the fault lines in the Bay Area. That's where all these red lines are. You see them there, including the Hayward Fault. Brian Hackney shows us that this silent story actually started about 5 months ago.
Planet Earth was unusually silent early last April. There had been just a scattering of magnitude 5 quakes across the globe when suddenly a huge number of big quakes erupted worldwide.
This is an extraordinary spasm of global earthquakes, and this is something I thought impossible.
The radiation pattern of...
Ross Stein and his colleagues think that all those aftershocks were triggered by this, what turned out to be a bizarre magnitude 8.6 quake in the Indian Ocean last April 11th.
Was this something you never thought you'd see? This is an unprecedented earthquake in every way. I couldn't believe it.
That's because this quake turned out to be the largest ever recorded on what's called a strike-slip fault, the same kind of fault that underlies much of California.
The moment that you learned that this was a strike-slip earthquake, what thought went through your mind? How bizarre.
Bizarre because nobody ever thought that a strike-slip mechanism could trigger such a huge quake. So let's look at a model of how strike-slips work. It's a very simple model with the North American plate here, the Pacific plate over there, and in between, masking tape holds the fault together. The Pacific plate moves northwest 2 inches a year, the strain increasing and increasing and increasing until it snaps the surface. The moment the quake snapped, it sent the strongest energy waves on record worldwide, triggering those quakes across Earth, something never seen on such a scale before.
These were all large earthquakes, potentially damaging earthquakes, occurring all over the globe in the days after this event.
And Stein says if we see another supergiant strike-slip earthquake, certainly all the faults around the globe, including here in the Bay Area, could easily be triggered. But that is a big if because, as you heard, those strike-slips are extremely rare.
What a facet.
It's not if, it's when, but at least they're talking about it. Strikes, what they call it, a strike-slip seismic shift. I call it Matthew 24, Jesus is coming. At least they're talking about it. Peace.